Along with their laptop. This is all physical training. There are many questions which has come to us to ask whether we can make it virtual.
Question to you. AI is completely about the technology, but we are not tech persons. So how we are converting this into use cases and how ICAI is taking a step forward?
So giving ranking like Dance India Dance, which is the best use cases, and we are giving award to them. And for this hackathon 3 season, which we are launching from March.
The 5,000 listed company financial statement, which is nowhere in the world. I can confidently say there is no other regulator in the country and internationally.
Artificial intelligence, it's not an emerging technology. It's a transformational journey for the professionals and chartered accountants. Today, we are going to launch a podcast related to AI Committee. And today is going to be a first one. And we have our guest with us. First, our chairman, sir, Umed, sir, and our vice-man chair, Daya, sir. Today, we are going to launch a podcast and we're going to share what are the past, present, and future of the AI. And for that, we have the esteemed guest with us and we are going to discuss how it's going to be transformational for the ICAI and for the fraternity. So, Daya, sir, and Umed, sir, welcome to our podcast. So, firstly, question to you, Umed, sir. What was the vision behind starting this AI and what was the vision behind the ICAI behind starting this AI committee?
Thank you, Chartered Accountant Preeti. It's a nice initiative that our committee has started, this podcast series. And this is the second year of AI in ICAI committee. And this question is relating to the vision of AI in ICAI. And we have with us the founder chairman, the former chairman of AI in ICAI committee. And this question is much suitable to him. So, Daya sir, I request you to please give your word of wisdom.
Thank you very much. Which is very important about the institute is if you go back in the history of 75 years, most of the institute initiatives have been very forward-looking. When you talk about peer review, when you talk about DISA, when you talk about forensic, and one such thing is where we have been way ahead of the entire globe is AI. Last year, when this AI committee was formed with a very clear vision that, there's something which we need to do because it's becoming a buzzword. When you talk about sustainability also, we have done the same way. And today what has happened is when we thought how empowerment of members can actually be there and how it can be effectively utilized, the then president has thought about in a very futuristic manner and formed this particular committee, where the deliberation came is whether AI is within ICAI or whether it is for ICAI as a whole, whether it is members, student, employees, organization as a whole. So the final outcome you have seen where that vision converted into a fact that where we have grown today is that place where no one has reached till date.
So from this, you have started the initiative, right? After that, what kind of achievements and milestones we are looking for in the AI committee?
See, if we see for the achievements and milestones, achievement number 1, we are the first in the world to launch AI certification courses for the members by professional body.
It's applause for the ICAI.
Yes.
Too.
And
I take little credit.
yes.
Yeah. You deserve
Yes.
this.
Then we started with CAGPTs. Then we started with hackathons.
Yeah.
We started with employees hackathons. And then for students also, we launched GPT. And the milestones that we have achieved is phenomenous. Because in 75 years of ICAI history, no certificate course within short span of time has crossed the numbers of the batches which are there. And in future, we are coming with level 2 of AI certificate batch. We are also coming with new season of hackathon. And we are planning some new initiatives of AI tools. Now the podcast. Now we are also planning for an AI agent avatar to give the digital news relating to AI to our members and students, which will be a trademark of AI in ICAI committee.
What AI course is all about and what kind of skill developments we are focusing on this AI course?
Considering this, when you talk about the certification course, we have taken 9 modules in certification course. It is a 3-day course.
Okay.
9 modules out of it, and that 9 modules, the beauty is that whether it is a youngest person or a senior most person, technically what has been happening is when a young person, the DNA of a chartered accountant cannot be changed.
True.
So at the age of 80 also, we had people participating in AI certification course. You can imagine what it means. So what has happened is 9 modules which are being made in such format that a small portion is on a theoretical part, and the balance, I think, 70% of the course is more practical oriented. Yes,
Yes,
Absolutely.
practical oriented. You have attended the
Yes,
course,
sir. Yes,
right?
absolutely.
So what happens is a person has to come along with their laptop. This is all physical training. There are many questions which has come to us to ask whether we can make it virtual. It cannot be made virtual. So skill development is one word which need to be, you have to do it with your own hands. That is the experience which we want. So people came in the classrooms across the country. I think more than 100 plus branches
Yes.
have already conducted the AI certification course. 50, 60, 70 people are sitting in one classroom with their own laptop, experimenting their own ways, how to download, how to put in, how to do it. And the most important thing which we have done was looking at one particular batch where we both were attending
Yes.
that batch.
Okay.
So a very old man was sitting there and he was trying to understand where it is going. That day we took a call. That was, I think, 4th or 5th batch, if I'm
In
not wrong.
Hyderabad.
In Hyderabad. So we decided that day, if any senior person is coming, the best way is to give him an assistance of young person.
Sure.
So the seniors have to always sit next to a young person. So the skill development, when we are talking about, if I am young and he is senior, or he is young, I am senior.
A question to you. AI is completely about the technology, but we are not tech persons. So how we are converting this into use cases, and how ICAI is taking a step forward?
Yes, Priti, it's a very good question. Actually, when Daya sir said about the certificate courses, we have 3 types of certificate courses planned. First one was level 1, that is AI in my office, a CA adopting AI in his office.
Okay.
Now, level 2 is AI at my client's office. So it's a more of a revenue model.
Okay.
And then comes my own AI tools, which will be more techno savvy. But while doing this, technology is changing. And what the people are learning, whether they are learning as per the ICAI's motto, that adoption of technology. So
Adoption.
what we have done, that we launch use cases through hackathons. We made like डांस इंडिया डांस कंपटीशन रहता है, वहां पर हर एक जन आके 10 मिनट के लिए अपना एक प्रेजेंट करता है, तो हमने वैसा ही किया कि हैकेथॉन करेंगे. सो फॉर हैकेथॉन सीजन 1 and season 2 we made it open, that if you know any use case, you know the problem, how to generate a balance sheet schedule from the use of AI tool, you present it. Anybody from drafting skill, you present it. On presentation skill, you present. So from across India, we got very good response for hackathons. And what we have done at AI in ICAI, we have made a manual of the use cases. We have made a 10-minute video of that use cases that are all available on the website. So people are lively looking it. They are also giving ranking, like Dance India Dance, which is the best use cases, and we are giving award to them. And for this hackathon 3 season, which we are launching from March 25, this will be only for the people who have already participated in certificate courses. तो इसकी हमने और एक लेवल अप कर दी. तो अब ये और ज्यादा सुपरफाइन और ज्यादा फोकस ओरिएंटेड है कि प्रैक्टिस में लगने वाले प्रॉब्लम्स के यूज केसेस. So that is our purpose of this hackathon and use cases.
So what kind of initiatives the ICAI have done in CA GPT that we really want to know about it?
This GPT which has been created, I think this is the love of our members, our students, our society, which has trusted this institute so much that within no time the CA GPT, which we 3 got together and created, it worked.
Yes.
So it
Wow.
just works.
Yes.
And rest is a history. Up to a level where these GPTs, all committees we formed. Then the story comes in and say that okay, we'll put the Constitution of India for the first time. Then we went up to a level where we talked about VAT and UAE, VAT and corporate tax GPT.
Okay.
Then we went up to a level where we created the 5,000 listed company financial statement, which is nowhere in the world. I can confidently say there is no other regulator in the country and internationally which has created its own GPT of 5,000 listed company balance sheets. Today, you can do any kind of analysis.
Inspires you to start a GAGPT.
See, there's a platform which is called OpenAI.
True.
On the OpenAI platform, there is a product called or a car called ChatGPT. There's one more car created by name of CAGPT. Technically, this is more focused based on the publications of ICAI versus ChatGPT is very generic. You do a comparison of ChatGPT response or any other GPT in any other AI form, and you compare it with the results which are given by CAGPT. Huge amount of difference is there. Accuracy is much better. Might be we have not achieved 100%. We don't want to achieve 100% also. Even if it is 90%, it is way good. We are up to 95, 98%, if I am not wrong.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
So technically, you can imagine today, all these publications, wherever I want to do example, I need to issue a certificate of net worth. Honestly, I was not knowing, I know that is different. So I was not knowing where this format is available. Today, the format actually pulls out all the information, you put the data in, and everything in the line that's required as per ICAI is given to us.
What kind of initiatives further ICAI is going to introduce in this AI committee?
In this year 25-26, yesterday we finished the meeting of our AI and ICAI committee, and there we are proposed and we are confident and sure that the level 2 of AI in ICAI certificate course will come up. The level 2 will be around for 5 days. Out of that, we are planning 1 or 2 days for the virtual and 3 days for the physical training, and also a sandbox approach online, giving some tools and giving Python and giving some use cases and problem statement so they can log in and they can do it. So we can map how the coding and how the problem solving attitude of the participants have gone up. And further, we are planning special certificate courses for the employees of ICAI.
Okay.
At the different COEs, Jaipur, Hyderabad, Kolkata, even in Delhi and regional offices in Chennai, Mumbai. That certificate courses will be planned in such a way that an employee can join, and it will be more of an in-house capacity building of our employees to use AI technologies, because the members are now adopting, and that was our focus intention. See, if you see the students which are now coming in AI chartered accountancy course, they are having a good technological knowledge.
True.
And they are having good edge of AI.
They're born with the technology in their hands.
So, and the issue before ICAI was, what about the CS who have already passed out? So that was the level 1 course. But now we have achieved a certain stage that 15,000 CAs have already done. For this year, we are planning 350 to 500 certificate courses of batch 1 and 100 batches of level 2. That is our target.
Okay.
So we are having a very aggressive start. So for that, we have done FDP for 2 batches. Now FDP 3 is also planned in month of April. So more. And now we have coming with a new concept, that is batch co-pilot. A fresh member who has joined FDP, so he is a faculty, but before he going to take the course or as a speaker, he will be there for 3 days with the participants and these existing speakers for hand holding and also for problem solving, and he will be groomed for the next batch to take up. So a batch co-pilot concept we are coming up, so we can have members. Further, we for employees we can take up, and for some government and private organization also the request have come to us that why ICAI is not training them. So we are planning a certificate or a training course, not a certificate course, but a training course for these type of organizations. Further, we are also written to our global AI organizations, UNESCO, WTO, global AI bodies, that ICAI is now ready to partner with them. First year was a year that we were testing ourselves. Now a confidence has come up because of Daya sir and all our council members and members support. Now we are ready to take a global step. So we have already connected with the global organizations. We have sent them request, and also for collaboration, for knowledge partnership, for global conferences, and for the courses. So hope that something good will happen in this year, and we can find AI in ICA at a global stage also.
One thing which I'm pretty confident from our institute point of view, that we will be the biggest use case of the world.
It's already, I guess.
Yeah, I think we are, but thing is, like, you need to actually go and compete somewhere to know that you are already there. So that today we are self-claiming, but the point is it has to come from somewhere. Now the point is, the use case why I talk about is the GPT, the use of GPT, the maturity of GPT, and the certification courses, physically training 10,000 plus people in a period of 200 with 200 batches. I don't think any institute has done this. I think we should be proud that our own institute has gone to a level where we have a use case of training 10,000 people sitting in a classroom physically, not virtually. Many other bodies are actually doing a virtual classroom session. So that is actually, a different thing. अगर हम आज virtual चालू कर दें तो 2 लाख पहुंच जाएंगे हम easily. वो कोई पहुंच ही नहीं सकता हमारे बराबर. But the fact is, it is not a pride for both of us or for the institute. The pride is that, the members are so positive. They're receiving it. And I think the world is also going to learn from us.
What kind of challenges you have faced, and how we are going to cope up with that, and what kind of technology issues were there and ethical issues were there in that?
Terms of reference to what we are today, you can imagine there's a book where I don't know whether you read it or not, which is called 0 to 1.
True.
Right? There's a book called 0 to 1. If anyone has not read, my request is to read. You people read that book.
And that is also the tagline for our annual report.
Annual report, perfectly right.
Okay.
So it is called 0 to 1. We were nowhere. We didn't even know what, कौन से आदमी को ढूंढेंगे, किसको बोलेंगे, क्या करेंगे. Just imagine, we had to go to a level where we had to touch and understand. It is, as I told, it is not some subject matter. हमको ये भी पता नहीं कि हम ट्रेन कर सकेंगे नहीं कर सकेंगे, whether this committee will fly or it will not fly, but the kind of focus we were working on, and then ultimately we got the reasoning, understanding of the reasoning why AI can be, how AI can be used. That was a challenge where we thought, first, I think firms which are suffering, the people working in organizations are suffering. Because huge data is coming. Now, data analytics, when you talk about what is data analytics today, that I'm going to talk might be in some other podcast, because now I've become chairman of Digital Accounting and Assurance Board.
Okay.
So this committee has given me so many ideas for Digital Accounting and Assurance Board, you can't even imagine. Now, this part, to move up the ladder, was a challenge, undoubtedly. But yes, rest is a history. Everything we have discussed, he has already mentioned what all we have achieved and what we are planning to go about. On the ethical consideration, which I have suggestion for all you people is, see, this is only a support tool. It is not a replacement of a human. It is, when human is subjected to make mistakes, technology is subjected more to do mistakes. Because ethical considerations are from a point of view of what data you can share, what data you can use. And equally is, when you create your own GPT, what data you can share and what are the locks you need to put around the GPT. Because my data should not be used by you or any other person. Or even in my office, my partners for that matter. So ethical considerations is going to be one of the most important aspect in level 2.
Yes, and we are going to publish a book on that.
Yeah. So that is something
related to
ethicals.
Ethical.
Yeah. Ethical standards which are to be followed in the AI. Otherwise, it's very easy to find out. So these ethical considerations are going to play a very important role. आपको अपने आप के साथ compare करना है, not with the GPT. What is going to be given there and what you are. It will be a naked eye truth shortly.
Correct.
So, how AI is going to combine this with the global opportunities?
The stage is set for the global. So we have Gulf, we have SAFA countries, we have CAFA countries. So we are also in a discussion, though it's a preliminary discussion, that whether we can have a body which deals with the AI related issues in our CA profession across the Gulf, CAFA, SAFA countries, and why not for the global also. So that is in discussion with our president, sir. So I will not talk much on that, but I hope that that should be achieved this year. And as regard the other global initiatives, we have already discussed.
So to end to it, sir, what kind of a message you want to give it to our CA members? Are you are AI enthusiastic, you want to learn something more? So what message you want to give it to?
I think learning cannot stop. One thing is very visible from the number of people who have attended and the kind of demand which we have within 2 hours, the batches are getting full. With huge amount of pressure is coming on a continuous basis. So the first and the foremost thing, I'm really excited and happy that members are attending this particular certification course, and it has become more of a word of mouth publicity than we going and telling attend. It's for the first time. It's not a GST course. It's not an income tax course. It's not a audit and assurance or company law course. It's basically learning AI because I'm going to use it. And I think if this adoption mechanism, which is followed by our members and going forward the students, my personal request is don't make it as an excuse of your new learnings. Chartered accountant is always going to be recognized for his true knowledge. And that is the most important point. This is only a tool to push you forward, to support you in certain other form. Don't think it is going to replace this profession at any given point in time. It is not going to do. Just example, when we are going to put all the case laws of income tax, and I say that okay, capital gains के अंदर मेरे को ये चीज के context के अंदर cases चाहिए, I'll get for and against case laws, right? But the application of my case is to be done by me, which is fitting into what? And if it is negative, I need to prepare it for better. If it is positive, let me go strongly and represent that matter with the references. So this is where this need to be used. So knowledge is always going to be your repository. Experience is your repository. AI is only and only going to be your support tool. And there is a huge amount of evolution which is coming in AI. And there are a lot of other things which we need to talk about in time to come. But yes, to start here itself is a new beginning for all of us. So that is what I want to tell, that look, you guys use this only as a support tool, not as a replacement to yourself. That is one message.
Yes.
So what was the closing expected message from your side to the CA members?
See, as the chairman of AI and ICAI Committee, what I will request all the viewers is that please be free. WhatsApp groups are created. There is a platform available on our website. We have our social media handlers. We have our able team of members, and one of the most important, the battery of speakers. Those who are working day and night. In the March month, we are having 40 batches. So we are very much thankful to all our faculties. They have put their sweat, their all efforts for making this certificate successful. So our request to all participants is please feel free to share their suggestions. Please feel free to share their issues. Our team is there and we are ready to accept whatever comes in our way and to clear the way for the future AI in ICAI. Because as the name suggests, ICAI. So already AI is there in ICAI.
True one.
So my request, so my request is that we will keep our alma mater at the highest position because it has AI in ICAI.
For automating the complex processes from generating the reports, from risk assessment to forecasting, I guess AI is actually revolutionizing the professionals. So we started from the past, present, and future. So that means it's from where we are and where we want to be. I guess this podcast is definitely going to be helpful for you and make a vision to you what AI is and AI want to be. So thank you so much everyone for joining us, and thank you sir, thank you so much joining us, and let's see what AI is going to be.